Good morning. This is Center Stage Nonprofits of Tucson with your host, Danielle Johnson. The goal and the mission of this show is to really get you involved, knowing what's happening in Tucson, and to also find really amazing volunteer opportunities. You can follow the show on Facebook and Instagram at Center Stage Tucson. I also want to give a quick shout out and a thank you to Rick Johnson with Win Home Inspection, Catalina Foothills, for sponsoring our show today. If you need a home inspection, whether you're buying a home or it's just general annual maintenance, you can reach him at 520-850-6213. Thank you again for sponsoring the show, Rick. So thank you, Jennifer, for being here with us today. Our show today is Southern Arizona Book Heroes, and we have the founder, Jennifer Turner Jones.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
So can you tell us just a little bit about who Southern Arizona Book Heroes is and how it started?
So with Southern Arizona Book Heroes, we put duffel bags full of children's books into our police cars. So when there's a car accident, a domestic violence call, or any type of call that children are around, the officer gives a book to help distract, soothe the children at the scene while the adults are being questioned or whatnot. And what had started it, which dawned on me about a year ago, is I was that child that we try to reach out to. I was abused as a child and taken away and was put into a shelter, and there was a bookshelf there, and I would just lose myself in the books, trying to get away from a reality and go travel somewhere else where it was safer. And so Southern Arizona Book Heroes is so much more than just a book. It's about strength and hope, even in a way healing, if you want to think about it that way. And what our goal is to bring awareness to child abuse, children's PTSD, and ACEs, which is also known as adverse childhood experiences.
So the topic itself is huge, of course, and it's easy sometimes to forget how many kids are experiencing trauma and how many kids are out there without the stability that they need in life. And going through a situation like this, that's some kind of trauma, where if they're just going to sit there and watch something happen, that is traumatic. That's scary.
And so our goal is to try to distract them, and so they're not focused on the situation. So we try to push literacy on the kids nowadays through Southern Arizona Book Heroes, and we also have bundles of, I call them bundles of warmth, which is a hat, gloves, an emergency blanket, and socks. So if someone is, let's say, asleep on the side of the road and it's cold during the winter, then the officer can give a bundle to them. We're just trying to also bring more positive towards our first responders. And as of today, we are in 22 departments statewide.
Wow.
Yeah, when I first started, I was like, oh, Tucson Police or Valley. Never in a million years expected to grow outside of Tucson and our surrounding cities.
That's amazing. I picture, as I'm sitting here, a child who is scared and who needs that distraction. And, a book opens up a whole new world. I kind of laugh. My kids and I have been reading some books the last few days. It's a little book series about, you know, a kid who has an alien who comes in and moves next door. And so it's the new kid at school that's an alien. And I mean, I can't even tell you how excited my kids are to read this book. And they keep asking me, can we read 3 more chapters today? You know, can we read 5 more? Can we finish this book today? And it's so cool because it's opened up this whole new world, all these new possibilities when, you know, when they're bored or when they need a distraction for something. They start talking to me about Zeke from the book. And,
I love it. I love it.
you know, it's so amazing because they may not have all of these other experiences that open them up to kind, positive experiences. And these books are creating a world where things are the way they should be. And when they're experiencing something that's not how it should be, it can be hard to process in itself.
Yeah.
So I love the idea of that escape, having, you know, a different world to enter, to be able to go and be part of this story. And I will say you're not the first person to tell me that books are something that helped get through trauma. I mean, the concept of having something to take you into another world and to have that imagination and to see the positive in the situation. It's so beneficial for kids.
It is. It definitely is.
And learning to read is, of course, a good thing. So pushing literacy is a very good idea. I'm all for that.
Is. Well, kids are so in tuned with computers and laptops and phones and everything like that. And they may not have that at the scene. And a book, there it is. And they can touch it and feel it and turn the page and what's going to happen next. And we give officers books that range from 0 to 16 years of age. So it's not just for one age group. There's approximately 30 to 50 books in each bag. So we are reaching 30 to 50 kids out there with each bag. And like
That's
TPD
amazing.
has right now 60 bags. And so 60 times 50
Yeah.
3,000 kids, and that are being helped through our organization.
That's amazing. If someone wanted to get involved in trying to help to get these books to the officers, well, let me first ask, does an officer opt in to this program where they want to carry these, or is it in the car? How does this work?
So what happens is I do a delivery to the department, and it's up to the chief or the headmaster who distributes the bags. So I do not know who has the bags and who doesn't. I do know that a lot of the SROs, the school resource officers, have them, and departments like the child abuse area and everything. Other than that, I don't know. So it's just I do the delivery, and then the bags get dispersed by what the chief believes is needed.
And the books that are in these bags, you mentioned that they're from 0 to 16. So that's a wide range,
Yes.
a lot of different kinds of books that are there. Are those new books? Are there any opportunities for used books?
We used to accept used books, but unfortunately we would get books that were so tattered and torn that we stopped doing it. And then, so now we do just new books and new plushies. And in all reality, that might be the only new thing that child gets in their life. So we try to focus on new books.
That's really, an interesting point too, that for some of these kids, I mean, they're getting a gift that could very well become the new favorite.
Yep.
This is a new gift that they're receiving. And you mentioned you also do stuffed animals?
Yes. Some of the bags have stuffed animals. Some of the bags have little small Lego sets, like little Hot Wheel cars, card games like Go Fish and Crazy 8s and stuff like that. It just depends on what has been donated to our program at Southern Arizona Book Heroes, but our main focus, like I said, is books.
And if someone wants to donate books, are there any requirements for what kind of books you can accept? I mean, we mentioned the age range is very wide. Are there any restrictions, though, as far as what kind or how big or?
Oh, yes. We try to stay away from anything political, anything holiday, family-oriented, like the book Are You My Mother? Because we do not know the background of the child.
Yeah.
We don't know where they're from or anything, so we try to make the books as neutral can possibly be.
Yeah.
So, excuse me.
And then is there a kind of a list of what someone can or can't donate on the website, something that they could go and refer to?
No, we do have an Amazon wish list.
Okay.
I think it's posted on the website. I'm like, I think. And
what is the website?
Southern Arizona Book Heroes is SOAZBOOKHEROES. SouthernArizonaBookHeroes.org.
Okay, and if someone wanted to call, what would be a good phone number to call and get more information?
Our phone, 520-475-9662.
Okay, well, thank you so much. If you're just tuning in, we are talking to Jennifer Turner-Jones with Southern Arizona Book Heroes, and they are providing books and stuffed animals and some small toys that are given to kids who are going through some kind of a traumatic situation. Those are distributed by police officers and sometimes resource officers like at a school, or someone who comes and who is responding to a call where a child is dealing with a difficult or traumatic situation. We'll have more information in just a couple minutes. Stick with us. We'll be right back.
Are you thinking of making a move or selling your home? Our Center Stage Nonprofits of Tucson host Danielle Johnson can help you. Danielle's passion for helping others shines through in her advocacy for her clients. Call Danielle Johnson with Indy Realty at 520-373-6864 for a free home valuation or no obligation consultation. That's 520-373-6864.